All right, we are live, everyone. Hey, this is Lisa Torres here with the Prosperity Team Hangout. And welcome, everyone, to our weekly Wednesday night hangout. Sorry if my computer's shaking. I'm just trying to adjust my view here. But we're very excited to have you here. And I'm excited to be hosting specifically tonight's hangout. I love the topic that we're going to be talking about because it holds there's something near and dear to my heart about creating a celebrity status, especially in social media. And it's funny because someone asked me the other day, how do you get how do you get like 5,000 friends on Facebook? They asked me, how do you, just post something on Facebook and all of a sudden you have 40, 50, 60, 100, sometimes even 200 likes and shares and comments and all these things. And that's what we want to share with you tonight. We want to help you create your own celebrity status in any market that you're in 30 to 90 days or less. Okay, that's what we want to talk about. So I have a very special guest. As you guys know, again, my name is Lisa Torres. I am the host of the Prosperity Team Hangouts that we do here every single Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And every single week, I actually invite members of our team, of our community inside of the Empower Network to pretty much showcase their talents and their successes, right? So this hangout is really geared towards sharing the success of other people and really going out there and inspiring and motivating and educating people on what it really takes to make an income on the internet, which is what we were able to do. And we're both working full-time from home. And everybody that I actually invite on this hangout has earned over $5,000 in the system that we're using, which is the Empower Network. Okay, so you can't even get on this hangout unless you've made some money. And the people that have made some money online, that have gotten results, those are the people that I want to lift up to the stage right here and showcase. Okay, so that's what we do here every week. Now, before I bring out our today's guest, I have to throw an income disclaimer out there because some income will be shared today, or I should say tonight. But here's the income disclaimer, guys. Results are not typical. So the income that we're going to be sharing with you guys tonight may seem like over the top sometimes. It may seem almost impossible for people because sometimes people just they just can't fathom, because the idea of making an income, a full-time income online, because they haven't done it themselves, right? So income disclaimer, just because we have created a specific amount of income on the internet does not mean that you will when you join us in our team and when you use our system. It does not. Because everybody's results, vary. Everybody's results will, not be the same because everybody is different. Just because someone made $100,000 in a month with this system does not mean that everybody's going to make $100,000 a month with this system. What it means is that if you come into the system and you apply the knowledge that we're sharing with you, it's possible for you to make $100,000, $50,000, $20,000, $10,000, $200,000, $1 million a month if you want to. But again, this is your journey. And your journey starts with you applying what we teach. And one of the strategies we're going to be teaching you tonight, which is basically creating celebrity status, is just one of the ways, one of the tons of ways that you can start your journey on building a successful business on the internet and making the money and creating the lifestyle that you deserve. So that's the income disclaimer, okay? So I just want to be clear on that. So if you want to see the income disclaimer yourself and the disclosure, you can find it at www.empowernetwork.com/income.php. Okay, that's where you can find it. Now that we got that out the way, let me introduce myself before we bring out the next gentleman. And again, my name is Lisa Torres. I am the host of the Prosperity Team Hangout that we do here every Wednesday night, which is what you're on right now. I have been using this system that we're going to share with you tonight for the past 15 months. And in the past 15 months, I've earned over $110,000. Really just doing something as simple as what we're going to be teaching you tonight, okay? How many of you are excited about that? We have comments below, so you can go ahead and post your comments if you're excited to learn some of the things. And, you know, just make sure that you follow this Hangout, right? If you're on this page right now, and wherever you found this page, whether it was on Facebook, whether it's through email, whether it was wherever, okay, maybe someone just invited you, wherever it was, be sure to get in touch with that person and make sure that you get on their list so that you can get updates on this Hangout that we do every single Wednesday night, okay? So with that being said, I want to introduce Josh Shanley. He is from Pennsylvania, and he's a rock star in our team, okay? He has 4 kids. He was basically just on the leaderboards of our membership, our community here in the last 2 weeks. It was the leadership bonus pool, so congratulations, Josh, on that.
Thank you.
And right now, he's actually earning 5 figures a month using the system that we're going to be talking about tonight and that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. So with that being said, I want to welcome you, Josh. Thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out with me on this Wednesday night. Go ahead and take it away, my friend.
Well, thank you, Lisa, for having me. Super excited to be here. I've got lots of fun stuff and good stuff to share with you all. I will say this, as Lisa said, I do have 4 kids, and it's bedtime, and so you may, I don't know, 1 or 2 of them may end up wandering in here looking for one last hug before bedtime. Before I switch to screen share, because I actually have something, a PowerPoint that I want to take you through. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to acknowledge you all for being here tonight, because there are lots of things you could be doing tonight, right? There's lots of shows on TV. There's lots of other things, other ways that you could spend your time tonight, and you're deciding to spend it here with Lisa and I want to acknowledge you for that, because that's a big deal. For you to care enough about yourself and your family and your business to be here on Wednesday night to learn something new, something that can help you either create initial results, right? Initial results in your business, or take your business to the next level. You're to be commended and to be acknowledged for that. And so with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to screen share. We're going to probably get the screen repeating. It's always fun. And let me bring up my my presentation. So this is actually what I'm going to share tonight is actually. Lisa, I'm getting an echo. Is anybody else getting an echo?
I'll go ahead and mute myself out.
Okay, it's probably my fault, but I don't know how to fix it, because despite the fact that I make a lot of money online, I'm not all that technical or techie. Anyway, so what I'm going to share with you tonight, the presentation I'm going to share with you tonight, is actually an adaptation of one that I gave at our most recent live Empower Network event in Miami, and it got rave reviews, and I think it's going to help you. In fact, I know it's going to help you. And but to get the most out of this, so that you can get the most benefit from this, some housekeeping things. Number one, give your undivided attention for the next 40-45 minutes, right? Which means unless you've got Facebook or Twitter open to talk about how awesome the Hangout is and get more people here, unless you've got that open, get rid of all other distractions, right? Put your phone on vibrate, get rid of other browsers, focus your attention for the next 45 minutes, and I promise you, you won't regret it. The second point is that you're going to want to have something to take notes. For some of you, that might be pen and paper. For somebody, Vinny said he's got a whole notebook ready. So I like Vinny's enthusiasm. He said that in the comments. For some of you, it's your iPad or your iPhone, whatever. It doesn't matter. You just want to have something to take notes, because here's what I do. Here's what I look for when I come to events like these, and I personally attend stuff like this all the time, and actually I'm gonna talk about that during part of this presentation. But the reason I've got this weird looking thing on the screen, which actually this is the best picture I could find of a gold nugget. Like, I went on Google Images, and this was the best picture I could find of a gold nugget. And the reason I've got it up here is because if you just get one gold nugget from tonight, it could be the difference in earning 5 or 4 figures a month and earning 5 figures a month. One idea can change everything in your life, and that's what I look for when I attend things like this. I'm looking for at least one idea that, when I put it into action, will get me a new result, right? And that's what I would encourage you to do as well, right? So here's what I want you to do. Instead of raising your hands, I want you to put in the comments, and I know there's always a little bit of a delay here, but I want you to put in the comments, yes, if you would like to be viewed as a celebrity to your list, your email list or your social media connections or whatever. Just write yes in the comments. And how many of you would like to have people contacting you and practically begging to sign up with you? In fact, today alone, I had 5 people sign up with me. And what I'm going to teach you, 5 people today joined my team. And what I want to teach you today, and what I'm going to teach you, is a big, huge part of that happening. Okay? How many of you would like to have more influence and make a bigger difference, make a bigger impact in the world? Just put yes in the comments. And how many of you would like to leave a legacy greater than what you've created to date? Right? And I'm guessing we got a bunch of yeses. In fact, I'm looking, I've got another screen open, and we've got a bunch of yeses. Cool. Cool. Well, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place, because that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So the question is, how do we do it? How do we do it? Right? And the initial answer is a simple one, but it's a powerful one, and it's what I'm going to show you how to do in the workshop. Okay? And so we do that by creating powerful, attractive content. Powerful, attractive content. Simple idea, but I'm going to share with you how to do it as we go through. So what do we mean by content, right? Because content can mean, it can take many different forms, right? It could be videos. Some of you on here might know me from my videos, right? Many of you on here know Lisa from her videos, but also from her blog posts, also from her tweets, her Facebook updates, her pictures, etc., right? And so there's lots of ways to create and utilize content to attract people to you and to create celebrity status. Okay? Now, this is important, and this is something I want you to write down. It is important and almost impossible to create celebrity status in the way that we're talking about it tonight without utilizing social media, right? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and on, right? But the thing I want you to write down, and the thing to remember, is that you don't own that content. When you put a video on YouTube, when you post something on Facebook, when you post something on Twitter, you don't own that content. And so it is critically important that if you're going to do what I show you tonight, and I'm actually, part of what I'm going to show you is going to force you to do what I show you tonight. And don't worry, it's not like some Jedi mind trick or anything like that. I'm going to show you ethically a way that I can help force you to do it, and it's for your own good, I promise. But it's important that when you do this, that all of the content you create, along with being on all of these social network platforms, whichever ones you use, right? Because I don't use them all, right? I have my favorites, and most of you here probably have certain ones that you use more than others, right? But it's important that all of the content you create also go onto your own blog. Because when you have your own blog, that is something that you own and you control. You do not own or control your social media platforms or profiles, right? Many of you know people who have gotten their accounts banned on various of these platforms, right? And so it's critically important that you have a home on the internet. And your home on the internet is a blog, and later we're going to talk about how you can get access to the most powerful blogging platform out there if you don't already have that, okay? So that being out of the way, now let's talk about why, now clearly this is a simple idea, right? And I'm jumping around, but clearly this is a simple idea. Creating powerful content, attractive content, right? Creating content is simple in the idea, but why don't we do it? Why aren't you doing it, right? And generally speaking, there are 3 reasons why, and we're going to address all 3 tonight, and they're no longer going to be an excuse for you. Number 1 is you don't know what to create content about, or you don't know how to create content. And we're going to address that tonight. Number 2, you know what to create content about, you know how to create content, but you're not doing it consistently. With consistency. Consistently, with consistency, you get it, right? That's the second reason. And the third reason why some of you consciously or unconsciously are not doing this is because you've got Wayne and Garth syndrome. You believe, consciously or unconsciously, that you're not worthy, right? And what I want to tell you is that is complete bullshit. Okay? Sorry if I offended anyone, right? Complete BS. It is. Not only are you worthy, but it is your duty to create content, because the content that you create, by sharing your story, by sharing the kind of content that we're going to talk about tonight, it is your duty to do that, because that's how you can make a difference in the world, and that's what God calls us to do. So not only are you worthy, but it is your duty to do it, okay? And since I had one Saturday Night Live reference, I couldn't resist having a second one. So as Stuart Smalley used to say, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. All right? So I can't remember why I even have the notebook thing here, but real quick, my story. Lisa hinted a little bit at my story, but I've actually been working full-time online from home for nearly 5 years now, and creating attractive, powerful content, like we're gonna dive deeper into in just a minute, has played a huge impact to that. And in fact, prior to working with Empower Network, I actually I built a company with a partner to where we were doing again, she said the income disclaimer at the beginning, so just so you know, but we had a company with the 2 of us and 2 employees where we did $75,000 to $100,000 per month, all online, all doing what we're teaching tonight and what we teach as part of our prosperity team. The exact principles. I actually sold that company, and until recently was still consulting with the company. And the reason that I've chosen Empower Network and Prosperity Team to work with is because I believe, from my experience and from checking out lots of things, that it is the absolute best vehicle for taking what we're talking about tonight, your God-given and your duty to create content, to share your story, and having a way to turn that into a real, predictable business online, right? And so that's my crazy 4 kids. They're all a little bit bigger now because that was a picture from the summer. But I have worked at home, almost exclusively at home since my first son was born. He's 7 plus now. But the other 3, I have been working at home ever since that. And my dream, my goal, the reason that I do this stuff, the reason that I'm on tonight with Lisa, is to create an army of other people like that who can live their dreams, who can have freedom, who can spend the time that they want with the people that they want and make their dreams come true and not somebody else's. Enough of my story and my rant. Now, when creating content, okay, now we're going to get into some nuts and bolts. That's probably why I had the notebook there, but I don't know. When creating content, there's a specific structure to follow, okay? A specific structure to follow. Number 1, we want to start with a pattern interrupt. And really, you can write down, there's other ways to describe this, but you've got to do something. Another way to describe it is you've got to break the person's state, right? So you might start your content, if it's a video, you might start by clapping. I don't know, something weird. Every once in a while in my videos, because I do lots of videos, I'll actually turn on the camera, I won't be in the screen, and I'll jump into the screen, right? Whatever the case is, whatever it is, you need to break the person's state. Look, everyone, myself included, all of us are bombarded by marketing messages and just stuff in general all day long. So you've got to, if you're going to create content that is powerful and that is attractive, you've got to have a way to get the person's attention. Okay? Now, a simple way to do this is to ask powerful questions early on in your content. If it's a video, then ask the question in the first 10 to 15 seconds. If it's a blog post or a Facebook update, ask a question at the beginning of it to get the person's attention, to get them thinking and focused on what you're about to share with them. Now, number 2 part is one and only one tip. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule. Like, for example, I actually, at this point, not all the time, but I actually kind of schedule out content. And so tomorrow's content, I'm going to share actually 3 principles or a 3-step process, more specifically, for creating a new result in your life. And so it's kind of one tip, but it's 3 things, right? So there's always exceptions to the rule, but what you don't want it to, you want it to be short and sweet, right? If you've got like, let's say you're really good at SEO. I'm not, but let's say you're really good at search engine optimization, and there's like 10 ninja tricks that you've got, search engine optimization tricks that you have. Much better would be to create 10 different pieces of content, video or blog post or Facebook update, whatever, each with one tip, than to create one with all 10. Okay? And last, and probably the part where I see, you know what, actually, a lot of people mess all of these up, to be honest, and I do too. I'm not perfect. Look, one of the reasons, I have ADD, so I'll be all over the place tonight, but one of the reasons that I volunteer to do stuff like this and that I like doing stuff like this is it helps me as much as it helps the people on the other end. And so, I share these, I do, I record videos, I create content, I do things like these that because just as much for me as for others, right? So the last part, and the most important, if you want to get results from your content, is you've got to have a call to action. You got to have a call to action. You have to tell people exactly what you want them to do next, regardless of what type of content. And it can be as simple as to like or comment, right? Or it could be to join my team, or it could be to click the link below to get more information, or it could be to watch the next video in the series. Whatever it is, you've got to have a call to action, right? Now, that's sort of my that's sort of like the basic structure, right? But here's an advanced structure that if you get this, I'm telling you, the world is yours. The world is yours. And I see somebody saying I'm falling asleep here. Miguel, I'm sorry, buddy, but understand this, and thank you, Gary, for disagreeing. I'm sorry, Miguel, but here's what I'll tell you, buddy. This is how you make things happen. This is how.
Yeah, you know what? I want to throw something out there too, guys. If you're watching this and you have negative comments or whatever it is, you can just simply just get off. I mean, we don't need you to be here. You need to be here. Okay, that's the difference. So please refrain from posting nasty comments in the comments section. We really don't need negativity in the comments. The information that we're sharing with you here is stuff that we have used in our business to create 5 and 6 figures. Okay, so if you're not creating 5, 6 figures, I'd highly recommend that you stop the negative comments and pay very close attention. All right, continue.
Thanks, Lisa. And I'm a big boy, you know. Hey, look, I realize it's all good, but just understand, the more positive you are and the more you can get. What did I said at the very beginning? If you can get one gold nugget out of this, I promise you it'll be worth it for you if you get one gold nugget and you apply it, right? So this might be the gold nugget for you, and it might be something that shifts the way that you're either creating content now, or maybe makes you better at it from the start, right? So the only thing different here, you know, we start with a pattern interrupt, or we break their state, whatever. We share a tip, and if you can create a way to weave in a personal story or an experience, that will 10x your results in most cases if you're able to do that. If you're able to weave in a personal story. Because ultimately, regardless of what products or services or what you're looking to do, people ultimately want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And when you can create content that in a leveraged fashion creates a bond with people, you know, while you know, so when I make a video, those videos work for me 24/7. Every single event I go to, because I go to events other than Empower Network events.
Hey, Josh. Josh, really quickly, they're saying that they lost audio.
Oh.
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, let me check here.
Guys, if you can hear us now, just let us know inside of the comments.
Yes.
If you can hear us, just post it below. Audio's back. Yay, you're back. Okay, you can go ahead, Josh. We got it back.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. Let's switch back to screen share. So what I was saying is, and I don't know where we lost, but what I was saying is, well, I got to get back to my screen share. Can everybody see the screen again?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. All right. It does say please stand by, technical difficulties. Well, we'll keep rocking and rolling. This is okay. So it does seem like we're back. I refreshed and the audio returned. Okay, good. So what I was saying is, if you can concisely weave in personal stories or personal experiences, you will take your results from the content that you create to another level, because you'll be able to build bond and rapport with your sphere of influence in a leveraged fashion. And what I was saying is, every event that ever gone to since I started, online marketing, affiliate marketing, and so forth. Every event I've ever gone to, because I've done this kind of stuff. I've created content, primarily videos, since like the very beginning. I started doing this, this whole online affiliate marketing type business. And every event I ever go to, I have people walk up to me and say, I feel like I already know you. I feel like I know you, because they've seen my content, they've heard my stories, they know personal stories about me, and they know about, because I'll weave in stories about my kids or stories about my failures, all kinds of stories. And some of you on here, you know me and you know my stories. Some of you on here could tell my stories better than me because you've heard me say them. Now, we create content. What do we do? What do we do once we have the content created from a syndication perspective, right? And this this topic alone is like its own 1-hour training. But what I'll share is my simple syndication plan. Okay. So again, I've shared multiple times, mainly because I'm lazy. I like creating videos because for me it's way easier to just shoot a 3-minute video than to write a 300-word or even 200-word blog post. So I just turn on my iPhone 5 camera and I start talking, right? I mean, of course I plan a little ahead, but that to me is easy. So when I create a new video, here's what I do with it. One, I upload it to YouTube. And actually, when I upload it to YouTube, there are several things that I do with that YouTube video. I take the YouTube video and I syndicate it on my LinkedIn profile. I syndicate it by posting it on a board on Pinterest. I don't even know I don't even hardly know how Pinterest works, but I have like a board, I think is what it's called, on Pinterest that's specifically for the kind of content that I create. So I put it there. And I post it on my Google Plus account and I tweet it. Okay, that's what I do with my YouTube video. Then I will load it to our blog. One of the coolest things about our blogging platform is I can make a video right from my phone, and in a couple of clicks, I can upload that video right to my blog. And so, gosh, when our new blogging platform came out, like it has saved me tons and tons of time. Because the other thing I do is I hardly ever edit my videos. I either get it in one take or I just take it again. And so because of that, then I will load it to our blog. One of the cool things. Sorry. One of the coolest things about our. There we go. For some reason, it started to play on my other computer. Anyway, so what I'll do is I upload it to my blog from my phone, right? And then I'll actually do some things to syndicate that. I'll tweet the blog post. Not like I'll wait a little while after the YouTube video and so forth. And then the last thing I do is I will actually upload it to Facebook, usually to my fan page. I'll upload the video content directly to Facebook because generally speaking, you can get more engagement, better edge rank or whatever Facebook's thing is. And then what I do on Facebook is I'll share it to groups. I'll share it on my personal profile. Maybe not every time, but a lot of times, and I'll do some other things there. So my syndication plan involves Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, Facebook, and then inside of Facebook sharing to groups, posting, and then I also usually share my content as an email to my email list, right? Right now I've got an email list of, I don't know, gosh, 16,000-ish. So that is a great way for me to syndicate it, right? That's a great way. When I send that out, I get anywhere from 100 to several hundred or more people engaging with that content, right? So I was going to show a content example here, but let me see here. I have a good bit of stuff I want to show yet, but you can, most of you, Lisa shared my name at the beginning. Maybe I've commented below, so you can find me on Facebook, and you can very easily find examples of the kind of content that I'm talking about because I make them, generally speaking, a couple of times a week, and when I'm really cranking, I make a piece like that every day. Obviously, it's going to be hard for you to write down that crazy URL there. But here's what I want to do now. Here's what I want to do now. A simple equation for getting massive results. And this applies to what we're talking about tonight, but this applies to any aspect of your life, okay? Because now what I want to talk about, because part of the things that we put on the page when you registered to be here tonight, one of the things that was on there was 2 powerful tools you can use to create any new empowering habit. Now I'm going to talk about how you can use these tools to create the habit of content creation so that you can attract business to you. But know that this formula and the content or the tools that I'm going to show you, you can use to create any new empowering habit. In fact, I'll probably give you an example. I'll tell you a little bit about of my story with one of the tools that I'm going to share with you when I share that. But here's the equation. And comment below if you agree. Or you can even just to get you moving around a little bit, you can raise your hand if you're at home and listening. How many of you would agree that when you get the right information, so that's blank number 1, the right information plus daily actions lead to massive results? When you have the right information and you take daily actions, that leads to massive results. Right? I hope all of you are agreeing, because that absolutely is a fact. Absolutely is fact. And when you understand that, right? And one of the things that I love about the Prosperity Team is that we give you the daily action that you can follow to get massive results online. There's 3 things to do daily. And what we're talking about in this one is it falls under category number 3. So the 3 things that we need to do daily is we need to work on our mindset, we need to build our list, and then we need to create content. Right? So we're talking about one of the 3 things that you need to do daily to create massive results online in a home-based business, in a network marketing business, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're doing. And honestly, this applies outside of that. This applies to really any business. Grow as a person, because your income will only ever grow to the extent that you do as a person. Build your list, build your potential list of people that can do business with you, and do things to turn those people from prospects into customers. It's really what it comes down to. So here's what I want you to do and understand. To do the daily actions and to do this process and to stay with it, you have to divorce yourself from the results. You have to divorce yourself from the results, because if you when you focus on the right actions, results will happen. But if you focus only on results, you'll get frustrated and you won't do the daily actions long enough to make the miracle happen. Because here's what I know for sure. Some of you listening to this right now are at a point where you are this close, and you can't see me, but I'm holding my fingers really close together. Some of you are this close to a breakthrough. Some of you are this close to hitting your tipping point in your business. And sadly, some of you are going to quit right before the miracle happens. But if you commit to actions, if you commit to applying the right information and taking daily action, the results will come. Results like today, I personally sponsored 5 people doing the stuff that I'm talking about. How did that happen? That happened because I continually build my list, and I posted a piece of powerful, attractive content to my Facebook profile, and I sent it to my email list. And in less than 24 hours, 5 new people, it may even be more by now, I haven't checked in a little while, 5 new people.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
That's freaking badass, man. 5 people in a day, guys. If you're excited about creating celebrity status and bringing in 5 people in your business in a day, let's hear from you in the comments below.
Right on. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks. All right, so here's how I'm going to force you to commit to the process, and help you divorce yourself from the results. Okay. And so this is the part where I want to challenge you, and I want to hold your feet to the fire. All right, and this is again an example of the best picture I could find to depict. Google Images is where I that's the extent of my my content for this anyway, for images. But here's my challenge to you. The 2 tools that I recommend that you use, which will help you divorce yourself from results and commit to the process, and that you definitely want to write these down. The one is a web-based, I'll call it a web-based app, I guess, and the other is an actual app. Okay? Number one is stick.com, and it's with 2 Ks, STICKK.com, and the second one is Lift app. And I think if you, funnily enough, as I'm talking about this, I get 2 more text messages saying your income just went up. Call and welcome your new members. Anyway,
I love it.
Literally, like I'll show at the end. I'll show at the end my phone. I'm not making this up. It's 8:43. I got these literally.
Hey, this is a great pattern. This is a great pattern interrupt. Why don't you take it off of screen and show us your email?
Okay, I'm gonna try and I'll try to cover their names so nobody goes like calling them. But let's how do I get it to not be the screen repeating? There we go. So it's hard to see this, but this says your income just went up $25 a month. Call and welcome your new member. Your income just went up. These are today 8:41 p.m. Literally 2 minutes after I was talking about those results. Again, results not typical. Lisa covered all that at the end. But all of that, look, it's illustrating the point I'm making, which is that what I'm sharing with all I did to get that result is what I'm telling you to do in this. Okay, so here's how I'm going to hold. Here's how to hold your feet to the fire. My challenge to you: pick one of these options, or I'll tell you how you can actually use both together beautifully to help create this habit, this success habit. Because if you do this daily, success is going to come, right? So this site's called stick.com with 2 Ks, STICKK. And here's how it works. You start by choosing a commitment, something you're going to commit to, right? And in this case, we're going to have to choose custom goal, okay? So you can see right here it says custom goal, right? So that's what you're going to choose. And I've said this, and I'm going to continue to say this. You can and should use this to create any new empowering habit. Here's where I'll share a little quick story. I'm a kid that grew up being fat. I was overweight most of my childhood. I made a decision at 12 years old. When I turned 12, I made a decision. I can remember it very distinctly, telling my mom in the store, because we were shopping for clothes. I said, "Mom, this is the last time that I am shopping in the Husky section, because like the Husky section, the options sucked. Like the clothes options sucked, and it was also embarrassing for me. So I said, Mom, this is the last time." And at the age of 12 years old, I made a decision. I took action, and I lost 35 pounds in like 45 or 60 days, right? But here's the thing. I did it the hard way. I did it like the old school way, and my weight was something that I struggled with all throughout middle school and high school and college, and until my weight would go up and down until I peaked at about 205, 210 pounds, which, I'm only 5'10". I wasn't like, way overweight or anything, but I was never comfortable in my own skin. I was never excited to, go to the beach and have my shirt off, anything like that. This goes back to, this is tying in, this story is tying in these two principles and how I used this web-based solution to get this new result. So I got the right information. I got some different information about how you can get results losing weight, specifically losing fat and changing your body composition. And I took this right information and I used this website to create a weight loss commitment goal, right? And see how it works and why it worked for me, and then I'll finish the story as we go through. So what you do is you choose a goal that you're going to commit to. The second thing is you're going to choose whether it's a one-shot goal, meaning like it's a fixed period of time. It could be 30 days, it could be 60 days, it could be 90 days. I recommend that you make a 90-day one, because 90 days, that's like, it's been proven time and time again that you can make massive transformation in 90 days. Okay, so I recommend that you choose 90 days, but you could certainly do it ongoing as well, right? You choose and you get clear on what your commitment is. So for example, on here I have create content daily, and then I commit to creating at least one piece of unique content every day for the next 90 days, and then when the commitment ends. And obviously when I was doing this weight loss one, I actually chose one of the weight loss ones, right? So that's the next step. The next step, and this is one of the most powerful and most important steps, is you actually set stakes. Okay? And there's several ways that you can set stakes. You can choose an anti-charity, you can choose a charity, you can choose a friend or foe, or you can choose no money at stake. I would recommend, if you're serious about creating any new result in your life, that you actually set stakes here. So how it works is, let's say you create a 90-day goal, commitment, and you say amount at stake, let's say you say $90, so basically $1 a day. And what happens is, if you don't reach your weekly goal, that prorated amount of money goes to whoever the recipient of the stakes were. So here's what I did in my weight loss goal. So I'll give you my example of my weight loss goal. The recipient of my stakes was an anti-charity. I can't even remember what it was. But that was incredibly motivating for me, because even though it was a little amount of money, when I did the weight loss thing, it was like, I don't know, it was like $10 a month or $10 a week that I was putting at stake. So it wasn't a lot of money, but it created a different thought pattern that I didn't want to give that $10 to that charity, right? You could do friend or foe, right? You can do whatever, but setting stakes is a critical component here. And I forget, I think they have here, they don't even have it here, but there's some statistics that by setting stakes like this, you increase your chances of making the thing happen by like 80% or some ridiculous number. Then you choose a referee.
Can I just tell you how awesome this is?
You can. You can.
I don't know about you guys watching this right now, but this is amazing information. And if you guys are not taking notes and taking this seriously, you know what's sad about this? I'm sorry to cut you off really quickly.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
It is a must that I throw this out there. But you know what's sad about what's going to happen when we end in about 10 to 15 minutes? You know what's going to happen, Josh?
Sadly, I do. Yes.
Right now, we have almost 300 people, a little over 250 people watching right now. Right? And let me pull out my little handy dandy calculator, just so we can pull out the numbers here real quick. Right now, we have exactly 258 people watching this right now, right? So 258 people times, you know, there's a thing, you guys have heard this before where we said 97% of the people will fail, because 97% of the people will do nothing with the information that they get. Let's make that 262 right now. 262 people are watching right now, right? So if we took times 97%, whoops, hold on, let me do that again. 262 times 97%. I don't know why my calculator, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do the math here. 262. Wait a minute. 262. Wait, I might be doing this wrong.
So
I'm
it's
making a fool out of myself on the internet.
about 25 to 30 people.
Correct.
No, less than that. No, I'm sorry. It's about 6 to 8 people if the percentages hold. But here's here's my plead to you. Let's turn that on its head tonight.
Absolutely.
And whatever your goal is, like I hope that your goal is, what we talked about at the beginning, the content creation. But maybe your goal is losing weight. Maybe your goal is whatever, something else. Know that it's sad but true. But the reason I'm sharing these two tools is because if you will take me up on my challenge and you'll do this right after we're done, your chances of making taking results or making results happen, your chances of flipping that percentage on its side go up dramatically.
Absolutely.
So here's step 3, and here's where it really gets good, at least for me. So you invite a referee to referee over you in this goal. I don't even like the word goal. I wish they would actually change it to commitment, because goals in our society now are almost like laughable. Same thing with resolutions. I loathe the word resolutions because it's like, people make them as a joke. Anyway, you invite a referee. So here, I'll take you back to my weight loss thing. My referee was my brother. Now, there is no way on God's green earth that I was going to submit a failed goal, a weekly report to my brother. It just wasn't going to happen. So when you stack setting stakes with choosing a referee, now you got to choose somebody who either you would be embarrassed or another word's escaping me, but embarrassed or you feel like you would really be letting that person down, or someone who's going to call you out on your shit, right? Who's going to call BS when it's time to call BS, right? When you combine the two of them, again, we're talking about starting with the right information and then having this goal. So, here's what happened with my weight loss. And then the last part of this is you invite supporters. You can actually invite people to support your goals. And I think they have some sort of way that when you submit your reports, because the way this works is you submit reports once a week saying, yes, I met my commitment, or no, I didn't, right? And the report goes to your referee, and if you met the commitment and the referee approves it, then it will go to your supporters if you've included them. So here's what happened with my weight loss goal. I said I got the right information, new information. I used, part of the right information was the guy I got the information said, use this website, right? That's just how I know about this website. So you'd use this website, right? Well, I'll just tell you the results. I set a 60-day commitment. I met the commitment in like 47 days. I lost 29 pounds, but it wasn't just weight. Like, I totally changed my body composition, and that was 2+ years ago, and I've been at the same level ever since. So what I did was I created a goal to get the initial result, and then I created an ongoing goal to keep that result until it got to the point where it was a unconscious habit for me to remain where I am with my weight. Like, I don't have to think about it anymore because I use this to create a habit pattern, a daily action pattern that something drastic would have to change that back to the old way. Okay? And so that's what I recommend that you do here tonight. Create a 90-day commitment, and once you've made that happen, create an ongoing. What I did was I created a 90-day, and then I did it for another either 9 months or a year as an ongoing, like a maintenance type of thing, right? Now, here's the other tool that you can use, and I'll tell you how you can use them together. So the Stick app is more about long-term, right? Committing a 90-day commitment, let's say, or a 30-day. The Lift app is focused on reminding you to do the daily actions. Okay, so I think it's a free app. I'm pretty sure it's free. You can get it on Apple or Android, and what
What
you
is the
do?
name? What is the name of that tool again? Lyft?
It's called Lyft app. Lyft app,
Okay.
and on Android it's got a funnier name. But if you look up in the Android store Lyft app, it shows up. But it's called like, I don't. It has Lyft app in it, but it's got a longer name. But this is the icon, and the icon looks, I think, similar in Android as well. But once you download it, you can choose daily habits, and the app will remind you of these habits. Now, it goes more than that, though. What it can do, so you choose a habit, right? And you can create your own, but they have like as you see here, like popular, trending, easiest, whatever. And then what happens is you can set reminders, and it'll remind you to check in. Like, for example, did I exercise today? But in our example, it would be, did I create a piece of content today? Okay, and a piece of content could just be an email to your list, right? It doesn't have to be a video. It could just be a post on Facebook, right? Now, I mean, a post on Facebook that is sort of business building, right? Not just some random post, with a silly picture or something like that, but something that's business building. And what you do is you check in on a daily basis, and it will track your daily results. And you can make notes like this, yay exercise. But here's the coolest part. The two coolest parts about this are, A, you can set reminders. Okay, so your phone can remind you to do the activity, right? And you would set the reminder ideally like whatever time of day that you have dedicated to building your business, or specifically creating content, so that it reminds you, right? So that it breaks your state. When your phone buzzes, if you're like me and like most people, like, you freak out. Okay, what's going on? You look at your phone. So that's the first cool part. The second cool part is that where is it? You can actually, so there's the reporting, but here's the next part. There, you can create there's a community inside of the app. So if all of us on here, for example, we all created a habit in there to create content, and I got to wrap up quickly. But if we all get in there and create a habit of creating content, and we all choose that same habit, we've got this little community where we can help and support each other. And so this is an example of what that would look like. Like if Lisa and I were doing the same daily habit, we can cheer each other on when we check in and report. And the other cool thing is, specific to creating content, is in the notes section, you could put your content piece. Like if you made a new video, you could put that in there. So the way to combine the two is you create the commitment in Stick, and then you use Lyft to create the daily habits of reminders of doing those things. So here's the thing. So I don't even know why. So if you're on, here's the thing. So if you're on tonight's hangout, you're in one of two camps, right? You're in one of two camps. Either you need to create this habit for an existing business that you are 100% committed to, and it is your vehicle, right? And if that's the case, you absolutely need to be using our blogging platform. And there's a button below this video where when you click the button, you'll be taken to a page where you can get that, right?